Charles had a somewhat rocky start to the state opening of Parliament due to a minor wardrobe malfunction. Video shows the King appearing frustrated with a page boy tending his robes as he was seated on his throne. Once the robes were in place, the King delivered his speech setting out the new Labor government's agenda. The annual address is a centuries-old tradition, marking a new parliamentary session. Joining me now is ITV Royal Editor Chris Shipp. Morning to you. Did the King get a bit snappy?
Well, do you know what? I was just looking at that picture again in detail. It looks like, to me, he's getting a bit just frustrated with this kind of the robe around around his hand. I mean, look at it there. I mean, he's got all this stuff on. I mean, I hate wearing stuff like that. I don't know how he copes with it. And obviously, he needs his hands free because he's about to be handed the speech. Remember, we call this the King's speech. It's actually not his speech at all. It's written by the government for him to read. And just the last time that the King did one of these things, he was reading it on behalf of Rishi Sunak, the Conservative government. Today, he was reading it on behalf of the new Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, and the Labour government. But you kind of need your robe out the way, don't you, in order to get that speech where you need it to be.
See, I find that when I'm wearing a robe, just gets in the way a bit. How important is the ceremony of the opening of Parliament?
We all have this problem, and the crown's a bit heavy. You know how it goes.
Exactly. How important is this today?
Well, listen, this is a really important ceremony. I mean, not only are we announcing the new legislation for the new Labour government here, but this is the King. He's had a pretty busy week. I mean, I've been with the King for 2 days in the Channel Islands. For anyone of your viewers don't know where that is, think of it as a kind of very small Tasmania just off the coast of France, not in the UK, so still involves a bit of, a flight and travel and a stay over. 2 days there, state opening of Parliament today. Tomorrow, a load of European political leaders are all gathering in Blenheim Palace, which is the birthplace of Winston Churchill for all you historians there. The King's going to be the sort of guest of honour at that. And all the time, this is a guy with cancer. And I think a lot of people think he's doing really, really well, given, what he's going through on the health front.
Yeah, so he is recovering well?
Yes, I mean, listen, we don't know. They don't give us updates. But the only way we are able to sort of assess his condition is by what he does and the things that they tell us about his future plans. For example, I haven't yet spoken to you, Nat, about the fact that we're coming to Australia. The trip to Australia has been confirmed. It's happening. Yes, the doctors drew the line at New Zealand. They said, look, that's a bit too much. We think you can go to New South Wales and the Capital Territory. Don't do too many events each day. Keep it all fairly low-key. But if you do that, if you listen to the medics, you can go. And I think that's a very good sign about how he's coping with his cancer diagnosis at the moment.
OK, we'll see you here on the Sunrise Couch very soon, Chris. Thank you.
Consider me booked.